Hey guys, welcome to the Mobile Central. If I told you that there is a phone out there with a 64 megapixel camera, 90Hz refresh rate display with a punch hole cutout selfie shooter, a huge battery coupled with a 30-watt fast charger, all of it encased in a beautiful body, you will immediately guess some upper mid-ranger, probably like a OnePlus Nord, but you will be surprised that like its past budget offerings, Realme is continuing pushing the envelope in the budget category with the introduction of Realme 7 series of smartphones, which are really impressive as it has been the case with Realme smartphones in the past. Some time back, I reviewed the Realme 6 Pro and I was pleasantly surprised, especially because it had a terrific camera for its price. And I'm glad that Realme continues on the same road. Realme 7 gives you a brilliant experience for its price to package ratio and does so many things brilliantly, and brings along first of its kind experiences for people on a tight budget. It has a 6.5-inch 1080p display that refreshes at 90Hz, a world's first Helio G95 processor, and a battery life that broke all records for me personally. Yes, it doesn't have wireless charging, but I never missed that as it comes with a 30-watt fast charger in the box, which refueled the phone's rather large 5000 mAh battery in a little over an hour and lasted beyond a day for every single outing. I've been using this phone for a week now, and I got to say that this has been a decent experience, realizing that how close this phone is to other upper mid-ranger category phones. This made me wonder that how is Realme even achieving this kind of price bracket with so much going on for it in terms of the hardware. Yes, there are a few chinks in the armor for Realme. For starters, the plastic construction of the phone. The body frame and back are made out of plastic and you do feel it at times. But to be fair, the phone doesn't feel cheap by any means, and the quality of materials, despite being plastic, feels really solid and have this nice dual tone matte finish at the back. The design has a minimal approach. On the right side, you get a fingerprint scanner embedded into the power button that works flawlessly. And on the left side, you get volume rocker and a SIM tray that can hold 2 SIM cards along with an SD card. I think this is a good direction to go to keep the design minimal rather than the loud flashy bolts we've seen on the previous phones from Realme, like the Realme 6 Pro. The 6.5-inch 1080p LCD display on this thing is quite okay and has usual downsides of being an LCD panel, such as blacks look slightly grey and color reproduction is not that amazing, but it immediately makes up for its shortfalls by employing a 90Hz refresh rate and makes scrolling, swiping through the pages, and UI very smooth and buttery in all scenarios. The display gets sufficiently bright for you. You have a good amount of legibility under direct sunlight and is free of any curves to avoid any weird reflections. Personally, I prefer the flat displays than the curved ones that we get on many phones these days. The phone feels really smooth and lag-free in day-to-day use and has absolutely no stutters in routine tasks of navigating the web, using social media, or going through the UI. It has pretty interesting UI elements which run under Realme UI moniker that is built on top of Android 10. Personally, I'm not a big fan of stock Android that you see on Pixel phones. In fact, I prefer this beefed up UIs that we can see from companies like Realme, as they add so many interesting features that you can utilize in your day-to-day life. The Realme UI feels similar to stock Android when you scroll through certain apps and notification panel, but when you dig deep, you see the elements of Realme UI which adds multiple features to the phone. You get usual Realme goodies such as phone clone, sidebar for quick app launch, swipe down to search, etc. So yeah, it is loaded with tons of additional features, including a dedicated gaming mode, which basically just puts off the notifications for you to enjoy your gaming sessions without any distractions. Gaming performance is decent too for a phone in this price range. Helio G95 was a big surprise to me, as I did not encounter a lot of hiccups while playing games and noticed minimal heating while playing games for slightly longer sessions. One strange thing I noticed, and that was that Call of Duty did not push through at 60 frames per second and was rather stuck at 40 frames per second for some reason. So do keep that in mind if you're planning to game a lot on this phone, as there are other options out there which play games like Call of Duty or PUBG at higher frame rates than this phone. That being said, the phone comes with a 3.5mm jack to give you a lossless audio experience while you play a game and charge your phone simultaneously. And if you're not into earphones, the phone has an average sounding mono speaker setup at the bottom which doesn't get very loud. Realme reserved the stereo speaker setup for the pricier sibling of this phone, the Realme 7 Pro. Realme is trying to build a product that doesn't break the bank and yet gives you a good overall experience, and therefore they have put a good amount of focus on the camera department itself. Realme 7 in the UAE comes with a quad camera setup that consists of 64 megapixel main camera, 8 megapixel ultra wide lens and a 2 megapixel each for depth and macro lenses. I really wish that all smartphone manufacturers should just stop putting these macro lenses, at least, as they really don't add a lot of value besides giving a marketing edge to their teams. What do you guys think? Do you think we should continue to get these 2 megapixel macro lenses on our phones? Tell me in the comments below. Well, let's continue looking at the camera. Picture quality from the main 64 megapixel lens is just brilliant, and you get really good quality images during the daytime. Colors look great, details are brilliant, focusing is on point, HDR control mechanism is good too, and you will be really happy to see the output from a phone in this price range. But keep in mind that Realme is shipping Realme 7 with a 48 megapixel sensor in the EU region. So do check the specs for your region before pulling the trigger to see what you're getting in your region. Low light imagery on Realme 7 is kind of okay and doesn't match the output you see in the daytime pics. You will get decent shots most of the time, but at times it does falter and loses the noise control. Night mode helps to an extent to get you a pretty good picture in dimly lit scenarios indoors and outdoors. You also get help from the Pro mode to play with the camera setting and click a desired picture in case you are into all of that. At the video front, you can record in up to 4K with 30 FPS and 1080p at 60 FPS. Video recording does not have any OIS capabilities, and stabilization is dependent on EIS model. Overall, video quality is not that great and wouldn't give you any amazing output. For selfie duties, you get a 16 megapixel wide lens camera, and that clicks some really nice pictures. Skin tones do get a bit overexposed though, but nothing that should worry you. Pictures from the front camera capture really good details and color overall and provide some interesting outputs. Realme is targeting budget buyers with this phone, and I think they have come very close to building an ultimate budget category phone yet again. They have built a brilliant phone that feels good in the hand, has a very good body weight balance and combines so many interesting features ranging from an amazing camera, great battery life support by a fast charger and a high refresh rate display. Everything put together, the phone overall performs decent and gives you a good bang for your buck. So should you avoid, consider or straight away just buy the Realme 7? Well, I think you should definitely consider the Realme 7 as it is a great value package for your money. Hit a thumbs up if you liked the video and do subscribe if you want to watch more of my content. Thank you for watching guys. Cheers.